about this? It's that shifty slot receiver, that burner on the outside. Not here. That's a tight end doing work down the field. Where's the oxygen mask? He's going to need it after that one. A big, big play.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Now Jones. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
To throw again on second down. Jones. That was good for 17 yards, and now they've got it first and goal.
Boy, no problems getting down the field here on this opening drive. They've looked really sharp in the early going, and they've come up with some big plays already. Here's another. That's going to set up first and goal.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
Another shot from the one on second and goal. Back to throw again. And it's caught. Touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Nighthawks will jump on top of the game's first score here this afternoon. Extra point runs down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Good starting field position for the Dolphins as they have it first and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Yes, trouble, 38. Blue striker.
He'll drop to throw. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. And he'll be touched down in the end, but a big play on that one. After the big play, a chance to finish now on first and goal.
Ready?
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he's just going to run right into that big old defensive end. And that play going nowhere. Now they'll shift things around.
Huge black ultra. Claws red. Ready.
Second and 9 now. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. From 8 yards out. And the Dolphins are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. Jason Sanders now for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7.
Jason Sanders to kick off for them.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here. Oh, looking for Waddle, but this is intercepted. Picked off by the former first rounder, Jimmy Ward. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Dolphins touchdown. Sanders now to add the extra point. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. A good-looking return set up here. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Sitting in first place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and pad their lead a bit or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point and not have to worry about ball at all until they're back in their facility, back in their meeting room, getting ready for the next game.
Throwing on second and long. Jones. That's caught. It's Sam Laporta. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. And now a fair catch called for, and he'll indeed take it at about the 6-yard line. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And the Dolphins' drive will start deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. So, Charles, this defense, they definitely know that they've got their hands full here going up against a group that has won 7 straight. What's the key for them in this ball game?
Well, we asked their defensive coordinator that very question, and the response was, we have the mindset that they actually have to react to us, not the other way around.
And it's intercepted. Fights loose. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it was a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
They'll run for the first time with the speedster, Jahmyr Gibbs. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
40-yard line.
Let's go now.
Operating from the gun, Jones. He gets this out wide to Gibbs. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 16 yards, a first down.
That's good for a Tokyo first down.
Back to throw. Jones. That is incomplete.
And that's where you're counting on a receiver's size being an advantage. They were hoping he could go up the top of a smaller DB and haul that one in. A good thought, but that time it didn't work out.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
And that is incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
And this one's not close. Not even close. Short and to the right, it's no good.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense, you can.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And a little bit of an interesting start. The first drive for him, Charles, they had the passing touchdown. The second drive, he threw the interception. So we'll see what this third drive of the ball game brings.
Yeah, it's kind of a tiebreaker, isn't it? I mean, that's the tough part for them and for him because, yeah, things went really well in that first one, not so well on the second one. He wants to get back to what he did to get this game going.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
Set, ready. 50, green. Green, jack, smash, red. Set.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And going deep for Hill. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. The Dolphins will send out the punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for a second.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line.
For a team who came in here on a healthy winning streak, we're seeing some uncharacteristically bad play thus far. And that streak is definitely in jeopardy if this offense keeps giving the ball away and can't mount a few drives of their own.
And it's caught. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Tyreek Hill, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Jason Sanders.
Charles, every time that he makes one of these plays, I think the front office, they get a bigger and bigger collective smile because they feel more confident that they have found their guy, their future at quarterback.
And they should feel that way. It's obvious he's a big part of why they have such a good record this season. You're right about the bright future as well, and by association, a bright future for the franchise too.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Sanders now to kick this one away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jones. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
That's to the tight end, Laporta. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory right at the 40. Straight ahead with gives here. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
The offense on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Looking to throw. Jones. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
Okay, right.
1st down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
Here we go.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. The last time out, looking to repeat that, Charles' defense, they were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Green Jack.
2nd and 4. Pressure comes and down he goes. Aleem McNeil able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
Blues, pause, 6. Red, cycle, 6.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And got his man complete. And he's going to step out of bounds all the way down on the other side of midfield. It's a big play there for Miami. 41 yards. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Looking to throw. Now he's going to step up and run. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. And the defense will get their hands on it. Going the other way. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. Here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Jones. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. So a PI call going to cost him there defensively. What did you see?
Well, I think it's the right call, partner, because sometimes we'll see officials kind of let them play. But by the letter of the law, that's definitely a penalty.
Back to throw now on first down. Now he'll tuck this and run. And Waller taking it in over the middle. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. All told, they get 13 yards on that play.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They were starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And that one's going to come up short. No throw.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jones. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete.
This is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 18. That third down conversion good for 23.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
And he stopped immediately there. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Now 2nd and 9. Operating from the gun, Jones. And it's caught. Touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Nighthawks get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half. Nowadays, quarterbacks don't mind throwing into coverage because of the confidence they have in their receivers to come down with the ball. But sometimes you have to be careful you don't get too confident and throw an interception.
Set, ready. Right, blue striker. Set.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And he's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And he has a big gain inside inside the 40 before being dropped. A big pickup of 38. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Well, looks like they'll move things around here. Now Achane on 1st and 10. And somehow he's going to get a yard out of this as he fought through that first contact. It's 2nd down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1.
Here we go. Here we go. Search red. 6. Mega. Blaster. 6. 10.
Back to throw here. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
3rd and long.
Facing some long odds here if they hope to convert as they're well way downfield. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. A big play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Dolphins would extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead now up to 14.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And we will not have a run back here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 20-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. Got a man, it's Darren Waller. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you're doing like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Now Jones, a final shot before break. Now he's going to step up and run. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line can play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he'll slide to a home here, still a little shy of the first down marker. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
At the 10-yard line.
Now Tua are going to change the play.
Scott. Hey. Corner, long. Hey, 21 T8.
throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
In any event, it happened pretty quickly. I'm not downfield, but he made his decision, and that one's incomplete.
Go ahead. 21G. 21G. Out. Out. Left. Solo left Zion. Out.
Tagovailoa working out of the gun. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. Achane is into the end zone. Touchdown, Miami.
Well, this offensive line has really stepped up to the challenge here because those Mastodons, they've been sensational clearing holes all game long. And this is great work down here near the goal line to give their back the space he needs to work his way into the end zone.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And that's going to skip into the end zone for a touchback.
First down and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
Come on, set.
Drive starts with a run from Gibbs. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
Tokyo, first down. First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
70 Lions.
They'll go again with Gibbs. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
36-yard line.
Another modest gain there on that one. And I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
So no gain on the play. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Looks like another empty possession. These. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Dolphins get the football in great field position. So 1st and 10. And if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Here's Tua. And that's going to be incomplete.
These are the situations that really test the defense, those sudden changes. They're already inside field goal range to start the possession. Their goal now, keep it to a long kick, if indeed they end up trying one.
2nd and 10.
Get set.
Here's a toss left for Achane. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop. Now he's going to step up and run. And he wisely will throw that one away.
This certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine a head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. And they're able to get this one across the 35. He's been big, 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try to get big chunks of yardage.
There he goes, right side. Amon-Ra St. Brown. And touchdown. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 64 yards. And the Nighthawks are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Offense will line up for a 2-point conversion.
Jones throwing for it. And they get Jones for the 3rd time in this ball game. And he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way.
20.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. More dangerous return man showing it here. And they nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field. That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up. Converged on his man and broke the play up.
Down the left sideline. And he's going to be shoved out, but not before he gets this down to the 20-yard line. 130 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10.
It's safe. Go ahead. 21G. Long. Let's go. 20, TX.
Going to the air. Tagovailoa. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. From 19 yards away. And the Dolphins get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call. And that flag accepted.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
They'll take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together. They'll start things off with a give to Gibbs. And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all. Well, that ground game just continues to struggle to really get any momentum in this ball game, Charles. And I mean, you're at the point here, third quarter, down 4 scores, probably going to have to put it in the air.
Oh, no question about it. So that's your only chance, your only opportunity. But think of the pressure you just put on your offensive line, because if you're a pass rusher, you're not even thinking about them running the football. All you're doing is getting into that sprinter stance and going after the quarterback.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Now Jones. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Good clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3 and out.
4th down. Jones and the offense stay put. They're going for this. They'll try and throw for it here. He'll try to do it himself. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Look at the big fella go. Touchdown! Sam Laporta, 66 yards. And the Nighthawks take a chance, but they find pay dirt on 4th and goal. That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.
They went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. Tip of the cap to them.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this third quarter. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Dolphin football. It's also Dolphin lead to begin quarter number 4. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the 4th quarter, Charles, but you got the football, you're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
This is caught inside the 15. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Dolphins add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Sanders on for the extra point. And that stretches the lead to 27.
Makes the score Dolphins 54.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one. They'll probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. 25 yards that time.
25 yards on the play. That's good for a
throwing, Jones. Going deep to the end zone for Juju. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had it and dropped it. That is an unforced error there, and it takes away what could have been a touchdown. Now a 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Jones. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Gibbs. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And this offense on 3rd down today, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Desperation time now. Here's Jones. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And it'll be a turnover on downs. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example. And now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
If you're on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, giving a little dap. Been a big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
2nd down and a little more than a yard here.
32, 44.
Achane here, they stay on the ground. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they're powering through, and they're controlling this game.
Now he's going to throw deep right side. Oh, a first mistake for him in the ball game as it's intercepted. Picked up by DJ Reed. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And their 4-game win streak very much in jeopardy as they go to work here late with a 1st and 10. Oh, the throw led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Gibbs. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go. 18 Cardinal, 18. Take over.
Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Back to throw. Jones finds Gibbs on a check down. And they'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
That is incomplete.
That which is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Not too shabby for his first carry of the game. That's exactly what most teams are looking for, a really good change of pace back.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And going deep for Hill. Oh, and for the first time this season, he's intercepted. Picked up by DJ Reed. Down the left sideline. I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick six? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position. And just shutting him off there. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
First down. First and goal at the 3-yard line.
Looking to throw. Jones. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead now down to 20.
54. 34.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
The Dolphins take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Dolphins, they get win number 10 on the year as they move to 10-1. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Tokyo, this loss cost them in the playoff chase as they fall back to 7-5 on the year. And they'll get the extra week to think about this one as they return to action in 2 weeks' time. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.